Stop doing what you're doing if you want to make her fall for you. Yep, you heard that right. If you've been pulling out all the stops, trying every trick in the book to win her over, it's time to rethink your strategy. Because if you're watching this video, chances are you've been stuck in the friend zone. And trust me, that's a hard place to escape from. But don't worry, I'm about to share the secret blueprint to turning that friendship into something way more meaningful. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the real game plan. You see, the biggest mistake most guys make is thinking they need to go big or go home. They believe that confessing their feelings in some grand, dramatic way is the key to winning her heart. But guess what? That's where they're completely wrong. If you want to turn your friendship into a romantic relationship, it's all about playing the long game, being strategic, and most importantly, being authentic. Let's start by breaking down this myth. Everything you knew about winning a girl's heart, it's probably wrong. Forget those movie moments where the guy runs through the rain, shows up with a boombox, or makes some huge public declaration of love. In real life, those moves rarely work and often just make things awkward. Instead, what actually works is being genuine, consistent, and emotionally connected. When you're real with her, when you show her who you truly are, flaws and all, that's when she starts seeing you as more than just a friend. Think about it. When was the last time you were truly, unapologetically yourself around her? When was the last time you didn't try to impress her, but just let your guard down and had a real, honest conversation? If you can't remember, that's a sign you've been trying too hard. And here's the thing, authenticity is magnetic. When you're confident in who you are and you let that shine through, she'll be drawn to you like never before. But authenticity isn't just about being honest with her, it's also about being honest with yourself. What do you really want out of this relationship? Are you looking for something casual, or are you hoping for something long-term? The clearer you are about your intentions, the better you'll be able to navigate this tricky situation. And here's a pro tip. Once you know what you want, start subtly steering the relationship in that direction. Don't force it, just gently guide it. Alright, let's talk about emotional connection, because this is where the real magic happens. No one told you this, but the more emotionally connected you are with her, the better your chances of deepening your relationship. Sure, physical attraction is important, but if you want something lasting, you need to connect on a deeper level. So how do you do that? By being there for her, plain and simple. Be the person she can talk to about anything, her dreams, her fears, her goals. When she's had a rough day, be the one she calls to vent. When something amazing happens in her life, be the first person she shares it with. By being her go-to confidant, you're not just building trust, you're building a bond that's hard to break. And that bond, it's what separates you from every other guy in her life. But here's the kicker, you can't just be there for the big moments. You need to be present in the small, everyday moments, too. Those are the times when real connection happens. Think about it when you're just hanging out watching a movie or grabbing coffee. Those are the moments when she's relaxed and open. That's when you can really get to know her. And when she can get to know you. Don't underestimate the power of these seemingly mundane moments. They're what build the foundation of a relationship. Now, a lot of guys think that once they've established this emotional connection, they're done. But here's where they go wrong. They forget about the importance of active listening. Seriously, in a world full of distractions, actually paying attention is a rare and powerful thing. And women notice it. When you're having a conversation with her, don't just listen to respond. Listen to understand. What is she really saying? What's behind her words? When you can pick up on those subtle cues, she'll feel truly seen and understood, and that's incredibly attractive. For example, if she mentions she's been stressed out at work, don't just say, "That sucks, I'm sorry." Instead, dig deeper. Ask her why it's been stressful, what's been weighing on her mind, and how you can help. Show her that you're not just hearing her words, but that you're genuinely interested in how she feels. This level of attention makes a huge difference, and it's something most guys overlook. Don't be most guys. And while we're on the subject of doing what most guys don't, let's talk about the power of the little things. This is your secret weapon. It's not about big, flashy gestures. It's about the small, consistent actions that show her you care. Think about sending her a quick text in the middle of the day just to say you're thinking about her. Or maybe you remember something small she mentioned weeks ago and bring it up in conversation. She'll be impressed that you remembered. One of the best examples of this is something as simple as a knowing smile or a quick wink at just the right moment. These tiny, almost insignificant gestures can say more than 1,000 words. They show her that you're tuned into her, that you share a connection that goes beyond words. These little moments are where you lay the groundwork for something bigger, where you create the kind of chemistry that can lead to a deeper relationship. But let's not forget about the love languages. They're more important than you might think. If you haven't heard of them before, Love languages are essentially the different ways people give and receive love. There are 5 main ones: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Understanding which one resonates most with her is like having a cheat code. If she lights up when you compliment her, then make sure you're telling her how much you appreciate her, how amazing she is. If she values acts of service, do little things for her like grabbing her favorite snack when you're out or helping her with something she's been struggling with. Is she all about quality time? Then make time for her without distractions. Give her your undivided attention. And if she's more into physical touch, don't be afraid to initiate casual, friendly touches, a hand on the shoulder, a playful nudge, or a hug that lingers just a second longer than usual. Finally, if gifts are her thing, find something meaningful that shows you've been paying attention to her likes and interests. It doesn't have to be expensive, just thoughtful. But here's the thing, love languages aren't just about her. You've got to be aware of your own too. Understanding how you give and receive love will help you communicate better with her and make sure you're both on the same page. It's all about finding that balance where both of you feel valued and appreciated. Now, let's get into the art of flirting. This is where things can get tricky, but also where they get really fun. The biggest mistake you can make here is being too forward or too vague. Flirting should be subtle, playful, and always respectful. It's a dance of back and forth where both of you are engaged, but neither of you is overstepping. A witty remark, a playful tease, or even just a lingering gaze can do wonders. The key is to keep it light and fun, never too serious and never pushy. Think of it like this: flirting is like seasoning in cooking. You don't want to overwhelm the dish, but you want to add how and make just enough flavor to make it interesting. A compliment here, a joke there, maybe even a shared inside joke. These are the spices that make your interactions with her more flavorful, more intriguing. But remember, always be respectful. The foundation of this entire strategy is your friendship, and that needs to be nurtured and protected. This brings me to another critical point: patience. I can't stress this enough. Love isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. If you rush things, you're more likely to scare her off than to win her over. Take your time. Let things develop naturally. Every relationship is different, and there's no set timeline for when feelings might change. Sometimes it happens quickly, and sometimes it takes years. Be patient, be consistent, and let her see that you're in this for the long haul, not just for a quick win. It's also important to be prepared for any outcome. The truth is, even if you do everything right, there's no guarantee she'll fall for you. But here's the thing: if you approach the situation with honesty, authenticity, and respect, you can walk away knowing you gave it your best shot. And if it turns out that all you have is a stronger friendship, then that's still a win. A genuine, close friendship is an incredibly valuable thing, and it's something worth cherishing. Now, let's talk about the most challenging part of this whole process: vulnerability. I know it's scary, but if you really want to take things to the next level, you've got to be willing to open up. Show her the parts of yourself that you usually keep hidden. Talk about your fears, your dreams, your insecurities. Let her see the real you, not just the polished version. This kind of honesty is what creates deep, lasting connections. And yes, it's risky, but it's also the most powerful thing you can do. When you're vulnerable, you're showing her that you trust her, that you're willing to take a chance on her. That's incredibly attractive because it's real, it's raw, and it's human. And in a world where so many people are afraid to show true selves, being vulnerable is a superpower. It's what will set you apart from every other guy who's trying to win her over. So, to sum it all up, stop doing what you're doing if you want to make her fall for you. Forget the grand gestures and the risky confessions. Focus on being authentic, building an emotional connection, paying attention to the little things, understanding her love language, flirting subtly, being patient, and most importantly, being vulnerable. If you can do all that, you might just find that she starts looking at you in a whole new light.